Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Fletcher and I am your student's kindergarten teacher this year. I'm so glad that your child is in my room and welcome to my open house, my virtual open house. First things first, a little bit about me. I'm a graduate of Como High School. I got my bachelor's at Louisiana State University in early childhood education. I recently, this past May, got my master's degree from the University of ULM, so University of Louisiana at Monroe, and in educational technology. This is my 8th year teaching at Lake. This is my 3rd year teaching kindergarten. I've been married for 3 years in November, and my son Thomas is going to be a year in November as well. Okay, things to remember. Binders must be checked every day and cleaned out, blue folder especially. We don't like all our kids to get confused with all of the clutter that gets in their blue folder, so please just remember to empty those every day. Conduct must be signed daily. Conduct communication is through the behavior chart. It's red. It sits on the inside pocket of your child's folder. Water bottles can be sent along with the snack daily, but they must be labeled so that we know whose is whose in our class. I have several water bottles that are the same design as others. Please don't let your student bring any toys. We don't want them to get lost or broken or cause disruption in our classroom. All right, afternoon procedures. School, if your student is leaving school differently, like if they ride the bus and you want them to ride car rider, you must go to the front office and get a temporary car tag in order for them to ride car rider just once or twice, that week in the afternoon. Otherwise, I will put them on the designated transportation that they go home on. Checkouts must be done before 3 p.m. Because of dismissal. So if you plan to check out your student before dismissal, please do that before 3. Absences, you can only have 10 unexcused absences before you start getting notes home and we start looking for your student. Please turn in doctor's excuses. This allows me to make sure that your student gets those unexcused absences taken off so they don't accumulate. Also, I forgot to tell you, if your child is leaving differently from school, please make sure you email me or send me a remind message so that I know how to get your student home and make sure that they are in the right place when we dismiss. Our discipline plan. So in my room, I have a chart, a behavior chart. So it's green at the top, then yellow, then red. But how we do it is you start at the top of the green, you move your clip to the bottom. So they go from A to A minus. Top of the yellow is B, bottom of the yellow is C, and top of the red is D, and the bottom is F. When we do this, please remember there are lots of verbal warnings prior to moving clips. So when they move their clip, I've said their name one too many times, or they've repeated an action that I told them not to. So remember that I don't just move clips on the first shot. I give verbal warnings. Your conduct must be initialed daily. If your student gets a green all week long, they get to wear their red shirt on Friday, and only when they get green all week long. And they get to pick out of my treasure chest. If your student does get on red for a few days in a row, it does warrant a minor infraction and a write-up if it continues. Our uniforms. Of course, y'all should know our uniforms by now. Navy shirt, khaki bottoms. We ask that you wear the belts with the magnets. Some students have issues taking their belts off or pulling it, especially if they're brand new. So please make sure that your child can take off their belt or get the belt with the magnet in the front. There is no jewelry to be worn at school, no light up shoes, and no watches. Oh, and their shoes must be closed toe. They may not wear sandals at school. Our weekly newsletter is sent out every Monday. It tells you what our math homework will be done during the week, what we're doing in skills and reading, comprehension, and science and social living. So please take a look at those. It also contains our sight words for the week. So please make sure you take a look at that. We also put important dates for the month so that you are up to date on what happens at school. You know, if it's their Christmas party or if it's a day that they will be missing, early dismissals, all of those will be on the newsletter, so make sure you check those out. We do not nap in kindergarten. I know a lot of kids are going home tired right now because it's the beginning of kindergarten, but we do not rest in kindergarten. Snacks. Okay, so your student can bring a snack. The only thing that we ask is that you do not let them bring candy. Okay, and we also don't want you to let them bring anything else besides water for a snack. So because it can get messy and all over our classroom and sticky. So just make sure that you are sending an appropriate snack for your student. Our kids do go to enrichment for an hour in the afternoon. Enrichment consists of music, PE, and art, and they alternate every week. So when your student talks about enrichment, that means that they are going to another teacher for arts or physical education or music with Ms. McConnell. And of course, PE is with Coach Lightfoot and art is with Ms. D. There is no medicine to sit. Please don't send medicine with your child. Chapstick is considered medication, so please don't send that with them. If they need it, it needs to be signed in at the front office. Home life. Please inform me of anything drastic that goes on at home. This may affect your child's behavior at school, and if I'm informed of those situations, it can help me better understand why your child might be misbehaving at school or have different emotions while they're at school. Our guidance counselor can also help support. She is on campus and she can help your child work through some emotions that they may be going through. Oh, and also if you do need support for uniforms or help with supply fees or snacks, if y'all need snacks to help, if you need support with snacks or meals, please let me know and I can let our guidance counselor know as well. Money. Okay, so we do prefer if money is done all online. If you do send money, please put it in a Ziploc or envelope that is sealed and has my name and your child's name on it and grade level. That way, once it gets to the front office, that our accountant can do what she needs to with it. Remind is a very big communication deal for me. So if you have not joined Remind yet, please do so. I send out announcements weekly. Sometimes I send out announcements daily. Just depends on the situation. Also, this is my biggest form of communication during the day. If you send me a message or need to let me know anything about your child or you or a situation, you can do that through Remind and I will immediately get it. PBIS shirts. Our red shirts, you can buy them online on School Cash. These are to be worn on Fridays if your child receives a green face all week. If they get a yellow or a red, they may not wear their shirt. It is an incentive for us to wear their PBIS shirts on Friday. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, again, Remind or email me and I will answer your questions. Thanks for joining me.